So in our family, we like playing a video game called Overcooked. It's a game where you're controlling a chef, and each player is controlling a different chef, and you're all in the same kitchen. And the architects who designed the kitchen must have been on some sort of drugs because the kitchens are laid out horribly, and you're given certain menu items that you have to prepare and serve. And so all of the people who are playing have to work together to try to prepare these hamburgers or pizzas or pancakes or whatever it may be and get them served in a certain amount of time. And as you go through each level, you earn a certain amount of points. And if you, as a group, if the group of people playing can earn enough points, then they get 1 star, which allows them to go to the next level. However, by earning more points, with each level, the group can earn up to 3 stars. And as we go through this video game playing together as a family, we like to get 3 stars on every level. Yes, it's possible to get 1 star on a level and then move on to the next level, but we like to try to 3-star every level. So the group usually consists of myself, an ISFP, one of my daughters, an INTP, another of my daughters, an ESFP, and my wife, an INFP. Sometimes somebody else in the family will play, like my INFP son, but generally speaking, it's that makeup that I just said. So as we're playing this game, I notice some interesting trends, and I want to talk specifically about how I view the game versus how my INTP daughter views the game versus how my ESFP daughter views the game. And I might even touch a little bit on my INFP wife and her approach to it. So first, let's start with myself. I play the game for just the fun, the sort of relaxation, the pleasantness, the pleasure of just saying, hey, let's do something as a family. This is relatively fun. I like it. I want to get the 3 stars on every level if at all possible, but I'm not, it doesn't rock my world one way or the other. But I enjoy the game up to the point where people in our family start arguing over the game, and then I don't enjoy it anymore because I'm just interested in having a nice, relaxing, pleasant experience. And for me as an ISFP, I think that is normal. And so if you're like me and you want to comment on that, let me know what you think about that. I have an ISFP daughter who doesn't play very often, but every once in a while she will play. And I kind of get the impression that it's the same way for her. She just kind of wants it to be a pleasant experience. Now, I say that I want it to be a pleasant experience, but sometimes I start to get into it and then I start calling out a little bit like, hey, who's got the lettuce? I need the lettuce. Who's got a tomato? I need the tomato, or something like that. So much so, in fact, that it makes the whole playing experience unpleasant for my ISFP daughter, and then she doesn't want to play usually if I'm playing. So unfortunately, though I want to play for the pleasantness, I make it unpleasant for her, which I'm trying to learn from and not be quite so boisterous in that sense. But the really interesting analysis that I've been able to focus on has been the difference between the way my INTP daughter approaches the game and my ESFP daughter approaches the game. So my ESFP daughter, she's in it for fun, and that's it, right? She just wants to do something fun. First of all, she's bored all the time. She always wants to do something. Always, always, always. We can be doing something and the second we get done, and I mean literally the second, she's like, what are we going to do now? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a few minutes. I just want to relax. Give me a minute. But she always wants to jump to the next thing, do something else, do something else, do something else. She would be happy to pretty much never rest, never relax, always be doing something. So when she is playing this game Overcooked, she's playing because A, she's bored and wants something to do. And then so it's frequently her that sort of is the catalyst behind us deciding to play, because she's like, hey, I want to do something. What can we do? And we all kind of like this game. So we're like, well, we could do this. And so she plays or the whole thing starts usually because she's bored. And then we get to playing and she just wants to have fun. And so if we one star a level and she likes the level and she's having fun, she's like, hey, let's keep going until we 3-star it. But if we 1-star the level so that it will allow us to go to the next level, and she isn't having fun, she doesn't like the level, she doesn't really care nearly as much about getting the 3 stars. She's just like, nope, let's just move on to a different level. I want to do something fun. She's very much fixed on having fun. She's not going to stop particularly and give any or give much really in-depth analysis as to how to best set up the workflow of the different people who are playing in order to maximize our success. She's really primarily concerned with how can we make this as fun as possible. Now, if we contrast that with my INTP daughter, she has a very different approach. She not only wants to be successful and 3-star the level, but she has a much more, and not surprisingly, a much more analytical approach to it. So after playing a time or two in a certain round and realizing, hey, we're not getting enough points, we're not doing it right, we need to think about the way that we're doing this, and we need to come up with a plan of action, a game plan for how we can best put each individual player to use so that we can get the points necessary, not just to 1-star and get to a next level, but to 3-star it. She really is focused on that analytical side of things. She instantly, as soon as a level's over, if we didn't 3-star it, she's instantly saying, okay, here's what I'm thinking that we need to do. If you do this, and if you do, if Dad, if you take this corner of the kitchen and you just work on this, and Mom, you take this corner of the kitchen and you just work on this, and my ESFP daughter, to the ESFP daughter, you do these things, and she's very much got her mind in analytical mode all the time. How can we most prioritize each individual task that needs to be done and then assign them out to different people so that we can maximize our success, get the points necessary to get the 3 stars, and then move on. Now, in the course sometimes of communicating, hey, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do that to do this, she can sometimes come off in a way that causes my ESFP daughter to get her feelings hurt and be like, I don't want to play. I don't want to do this round. Let's just move on. I don't like this. I'm not having fun. So it's a very interesting divergence in approach. They both, of course, want to succeed. That's part of playing the game. But one of them, the INTP, is very dug in on we need to figure out exactly how to make this work. And her concern for making it work takes priority over necessarily, are we all having fun? Do we all feel good? Are we all having a good vibe in the room? It's more like, hey, get this done. And the ESFP daughter is more like, hey, I'm all about the having fun. I'm all about the vibe. I'm all about the way it feels. And I'm more that way too. I'm kind of like, hey, I just want to have a pleasant experience. I just want to relax. And the moment that it becomes unpleasant, I'm kind of done. Although it'll become unpleasant for me for different reasons. So here are some of the things that I'm picking out from this. My INTP daughter is a thinker, or she's thinking above feeling, right? My ESFP daughter and I are feeling above thinking. So we're much more concerned with how do I feel about this experience? Am I enjoying this experience? Do I like this? Am I feeling the kind of, vibe, so to speak, that I want to feel while I play? Is this relaxing? Is this enjoyable? Is this peaceful? Is this fun? Whereas my thinking above feeling daughter is much more, how are we going to make this work? How are we going to get this done? What structure do we need to follow? What plan of action do we need to put in place in order to bring about the desired end? And this is a very different approach. Now, if I knew nothing about personality type, I don't know. I honestly don't know how I would react to this when we're in the midst of playing and I see this difference of approach toward the game come up, and I see the stress or the chaos or the problems that it causes. But I do know about these aspects of thinking over feeling and feeling over thinking. And I do know that if you're watching this, you probably do too. And so as you are, going through life doing things as little as, or as let's say, unimportant as playing video games, all the way up to, parenting or interacting with your spouse or doing your job or whatever it may be, keep in mind that these differences are just all the difference in the world. I mean, if you're a feeling above thinking person, you are naturally going to be more concerned with the way everything feels, the way you, the vibe again comes off. How do you walk away from the situation feeling energized or feeling like, yes, I'm so glad I experienced that, at the expense frequently of, did we actually get anything done? Did we make anything work? Did we solve any problems? You might walk away saying, boy, I feel really good about this whole situation. I had lots of fun and everything's great, but you didn't actually accomplish anything or get anything done. On the flip side of that, if you're thinking over feeling, keep in mind, you may be all about, hey, we need to make this happen. We need to get this going. We need to put in a plan of action. We need to make sure everything works out. We need to accomplish things. And you may walk away going, yes, we accomplished things. And everybody's totally mad at you, right? Like nobody had fun. You completely destroyed the vibe. Everybody's upset, which, by the way, sometimes it comes off that way when we're playing the thinking above feeling daughter in her zeal to get the structure in place that will lead to getting the points, often will leave people with hurt feelings. And so, yes, thinking about feeling, you accomplished the thing that you wanted to accomplish, but you also, smashed some hearts and some emotions in the process, and you left sort of a trail of tears in your wake. And so whichever one you are, keep in mind, if you're feeling above thinking, it's great for everybody to walk away from the situation feeling good about it. However, you also need to actually accomplish things in life. And if you're thinking above feeling, it's wonderful to accomplish things in life. Things need to be accomplished in life, but not always at the expense of how everyone feels. It's not always okay to say, well, yeah, I, wrecked a whole bunch of people's days, made a whole bunch of people upset with me, and they're all, in a corner crying, but we got the thing done, and that's what really matters. So just keep those things in mind. And I found this video game experience with my family to be a really interesting case study on how the differences between feeling over thinking or thinking over feeling come out in us. And I guess I'm not going to really get to my INFP wife's viewpoint on things. Actually, I think I'd like to ask her about that, and then maybe I'll make a second video at some point on that topic, because her approach and her way of dealing with the whole situation is different, but she's also trying to manage, kids that are not necessarily getting along. So she could be focused more on that than she is necessarily focused on how we play the video game. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you found this somewhat entertaining and maybe even actually useful. Maybe, I don't know about that, but maybe. So thank you again for watching. Please do like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And also, if you have any interest in donating financially to what I'm doing, there will be a link in the description on how you can go to a website called Ko-fi, K-O-F-I, and donate if you're interested in that. Thank you again, and have an awesome day. Bye now.